lost all control. Her gravity is all that I know. She's over me. She's over me. She comes me with her hypnotic dance. She holds me here with only a glance. She's over me. She's over me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I am your host, Brent Thomas, and I'm absolutely thrilled you're here. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. While I actually remember to fix the on-screen chat, because I didn't remember before. But Don and I are always hitting the ground running here on the portal. That's how we roll.
Or run.
Or run. Well, I roll more, but I'm working on developing the run physique. All right, so it's fixed now, and everything looks to be working wonderfully. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. It is now the downhill slide towards the weekend. It's the last weekend before Christmas. Oof. It's coming fast, ladies and gentlemen. The 2019 is almost a memory, and with it, a whole lot of crap I don't want to remember.
It's a bad memory.
It's been a trying year, but it's been a good year as well. I mean, there's been some wonderful things happening, such as the growth of the portal. But before I go any further, let me welcome my good friend and co-host here. Mr. Don Longbeard is joining me.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
It's the day, Don.
It is the day. The day after Tuesday and the day before Thursday.
Yes, and Thursday is like Friday Eve, so.
Friday Eve. Well, that's an interesting way to think of it. Hey, before we go any farther, we want to shout out Miss Jess. Thanks for the card. Season's greetings to you. And she says, what up, Portal Peeps? So there you go. She's shouting everybody out. And thank you. Absolutely. Love getting little cards.
Love getting listener mail.
Awesome.
That's always cool. Yeah, it is. It is, because we said so.
Because we said it is.
Because we said it is. I'm going to take off my sweater here because,
woohoo!
Yeah, I'm getting a little racy, but I'm getting also a little sticky. Don, grab that sleeve, will you? Thank you.
You got to grab your sticky sleeve.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. The outside's not sticky. It's the inside. However, now you can enjoy my more masculine bouquet.
Jesus.
So welcome everybody to the show. Don and I just got done being on Bigfoot Odyssey. We were guests on their 12 Days of Christmas episode tonight. We were, what, day 7?
7, we think.
Daniela thinks we were number 7. We're not sure what night we were, but...
well, that puts us right in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
So, yeah,
we're like half the way and half again, or something. I don't know. Half plus 1. How does that work?
Well, we're in the top 7.
That's true. We're in the top 7.
Right behind Ron Morehouse.
Morehead.
Don Less Brain.
That's all right. So welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are doing wonderful. We are, as usual, just all excited. I realized I forgot to even set up the phone lines, Don.
Oh, goodness.
I know. It's like you'd swear I've never done this freaking show before.
Only 1,000,000 times.
I know.
Okay, a 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, enjoy the musical musings of Skype, ladies and gentlemen. It is now connected. We are now have an active call board as well, and you can call in, of course, and be a part of the show.
Yes.
And the call-in number is 720-923-0500. Again, 720-923-0500. The number is right above my head up here. It's not quite as close as normal. But I got to share the screen with Mr. Longbeard, so it gives me a smaller picture I get smaller pictures when I have company, but that's okay.
Well, now it's directly above your head instead of off to the left.
It's true. Boom, right there. Look up beneath the words Paranormal Portal and you see it. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, you have less and less shopping days before Christmas all the time.
And I need a new mix board.
You do?
No. But
Oh, I thought you had a really nice one.
I do have a. I like it. I like my mix board very well.
Yeah, it's
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Actually, there's this microphone I want. It's called a Glow GLO. It's kind of cool. Glow mic. It's in the shape of a whale.
Seriously?
Yes, and it's so freaking awesome. You can take and put your headphone. You can just put headphones into it, and it's you can walk around out in like nature, and it's got like this. It gives this. It's got these filters on it that gives it a like a underwater kind of effect, and it's got some different effects you can put on it. It's pretty in my opinion, pretty awesome.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Is
that what Santa's bringing you? Or?
I wish. It's 139 euros.
Oh, euros. Yeah. Well, you can't even. We don't even have those over here, so you're out of luck.
No, they're 159 in US.
Oh.
It's phonicboom.com, and it's called Glow the Polyphonic Whale. So yeah, it's way cool.
That sounds lovely. But in terms of the Paranormal Portal, of course, your shopping days left include the possibility of the Paranormal Portal Paranormal Investigation Journal. And this is our journal, which gives you plenty of space to record your investigations in what we hope to be a very cohesive and organized manner. It's just our entry into trying to standardize information out there. There's a lot of people investigating, but there's a lot of people investigating poorly. And mostly that has to do with data gathering. I mean, just most people aren't very methodical with their data gathering, which, when you're doing an investigation for the paranormal, you have to collect atmospheric stats. You've got to do baselines. You've got to do a lot of things that probably aren't really exciting, but they are. They're extraordinarily important to have a comparative baseline. So if you haven't done a baseline EMF or EM field sweep, you don't know if you're getting anomalous EMF or not.
Right.
And if you haven't checked for things like plumbing issues or electrical issues or things like that, bad grounded electrical issues.
Right.
All of those things can come into play in a paranormal investigation, and it's important to make sure that that's part of the checklist in doing it. So that and correctly and diligently recording claims of people. What are they experiencing? How many witnesses? Et cetera, et cetera. And so this is each one of these investigation journals gives you the space to record up to 25 investigations and so on and so forth. And it is available on Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. And the link is in the description.
And Blacktree just dropped it in chat.
And she just dropped it in chat. And once you go there, you will be greeted by this fine-looking page.
Woohoo.
This is the page on Amazon that features the Paranormal Investigation Journal. So check it out. Good gift idea. We hope it is. If you have a paranormal investigator or enthusiast, somebody that wants to start investigating, on your list, we hope that this will be a great entry and a great tool in the paranormal investigation field. Also, don't forget our Teespring site. We are, of course, always offering Paranormal Portal gear, and you can find that on teespring.com/stores/paranormal-portal.
Yes,
so
that's the one.
That's the one, and the link is also in the description. So there's all kinds of fun happening here on the portal. All kinds of fun. So, yeah, Don and I had a great time with Carrie and Daniela over on Bigfoot Odyssey.
Yep.
Thank you again, guys, for having us on over there. Great discussion about the Bigfoot phenomena.
The big guy.
We talked about some of the woo, some of the not woo, and comparing notes, throwing out ideas as to what the hell could be going on in there, and it was a great time. And we had a lot of fun. So, of course, we always are excited to get out there and do other shows as well. And, of course, Bigfoot Odyssey's been a friend of the portal for a while now.
Yes, absolutely.
But I guess that's about it for our announcements up front. Don, you ready?
Ooh, let's dive in.
That is true. However, that is an unsubstantiated claim, D Swagger. But it may be possible that paranormal portal swag, may protect against negative phenomena.
That's right.
It may. However, it may not, but it may. Remember, there's a power to belief. There's a power to faith. If you believe something, then it becomes true to a degree. And that the amount of true it becomes is directly proportional to your level of faith in that. So if you believe a Paranormal Portal t-shirt can keep demons at bay, by God, it can.
You better get a couple. One for every day of the week.
That's right. You better have a clean one available at any given time.
And make sure to get an extra large one so you can wear it at night to bed.
Ooh.
Yes.
So Cameron said, I discovered that I'm getting a Paranormal Portal hoodie for Christmas.
Wow.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you, brother. That helps us out a ton. And it goes a long way. But we've got a call.
Oh.
So let's get to our call here right off the bat. And this is area code 530. You're on the air.
Oh, shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God. You did it again, though. You're not supposed to cuss on this program.
I even get yelled at.
Oh, no, I accidentally called on accident. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I wanted to call you guys because today's a super big day for me.
Oh, good.
And I wanted to share it with you because it is paranormal.
Oh, wonderful.
And I really actually want to hear what you guys think because I think that you guys will have insight. So, Dawn, don't be quiet and interrupt me if you want to, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Don't be quiet. And if the chat gets tired of me, just tell me to shut up and I'll hang up. I've talked about the man that I had. I had the daughter that the father died before she was born. And I've spoken about that. And today's a big day, oddly enough. And it's taken me a very long time to be able to get to this point where I can sit down and not shed tears and not have guilt and not look back in anger on things that have happened with that time that has happened with him. But also I can look at it with a clear mind and understand that there were other things going on that were out of my control and that were out of his control also. I understand that I was taken multiple times when I was walking home from the bar. And I also understand that he was under maybe not something that could control him. And I recognize that. And I think I recognized that back then. But when you're in a situation where you can't get out of and there's no one that's going to help you, you're kind of in a fight or a flight. And I definitely at that time was at that was weird. Sorry, I'm in the garage and something just fell just randomly. I was definitely in a fight standpoint where I was standing up for myself. And it really kind of drained me I allowed it to drain me for a really long time and, hold me down, because I replayed those moments in my time. But what I didn't realize is that I didn't allow the good times and the times that the people that were around me and my guardians that helped me and survived, I didn't allow those times to come through.
Okay.
And so for some reason, I really feel like it's important, especially coming on 2020, to let go and to forgive yourself and to move on and to say goodbye if you need to say goodbye, no matter how hard it is. Even if you say goodbye, if they don't want to let go, they don't have to let go. But if it's not within unconditional love, they don't, you don't have to put up with the bullying. You don't have to put up with the cruelty. You don't have to put up with whatever they have going on with their life, because it's what they have. You have control within yourself, and you have control within your life. And it's something that I've learned. There was a point right after he died that I was walking down, and I lived in a very, very tourist place, in a very, very rich place by the sea. And it was a place where we didn't lock our cars, and we didn't worry about crime. And I was, walking home, and a man came up to me, and he was wearing all 40s outfits, and it wasn't black. It was more brownish. And he walked up to me after my child's father had passed, and I had been seeing more than just him come in and watch over her. Mm-hmm. And it started really bothering me. And he said, you have too many shadows on you. And it really bothered me, the way he approached me, the way it was like he could see through my soul.
Yeah.
He was kind of, he showed up out of nowhere. He went away out of nowhere, which happens to me multiple times. And I know I called in yesterday, and I apologize, but today is a super important day that I need to close up, and I want to share it with the family, because this family has really helped me a lot, and I just feel like I need to share it.
Sure.
I was 18 years old when I met him, and I was 19 when he died with a baby. And I was seeing him after he died. Like, when I was getting up, it was like I could touch him.
Wow.
I mean, like, she was saying daddy first before she was saying mommy.
Oh, wow.
She could see him. I mean, he was fully in force, like he wasn't letting go. He was right there. He was in a room. It was a constant thing every night, until I realized that there was more than one entity in our room. And that's when I started getting worried, is that there was something else that came in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Sure.
Something changed, and I don't know what changed. But when you're missing someone and you don't have anything, and life doesn't go the way you think it does, and you're so lost, and you've been fighting for as long as you can possibly think of, and you finally think that you've got it, and you're young and you're stupid, and then it all falls to pieces in ash, absolute ash. And then you're stuck with a daughter or a son, and you don't know what the hell you're doing, and you're so young.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're seeing these things that aren't supposed to be real, and they're more real than your life. They're absolutely more real. And I just want to verify that the very first night I met him, we knew we were going to have a daughter. We knew what she was going to look like. We didn't sleep together. We talked about the fact that he would die at a very young age. We talked about we talked about the future. We knew that we had a time. It was a very intense love at first sight, and it was at the time was ticking. And when I chose to make him go home, that's when he changed. Well, I didn't even recognize him when I met him at home. It wasn't somebody that I recognized. I feel like he changed altogether. I don't even think it was the same man that I met, which throws up so many other questions. But he's come through multiple times and given me the same message that he can see me, he can feel me, he can talk to me, but he can't touch me, and he can't be in this life.
That's
And
pretty heavy.
sorry, go on.
No, that's really heavy.
Yeah, it sucks. Like it's a really, like, it almost turned into like this guilt filled life that I had, where I felt guilty for having a great husband, and I felt guilty for having a great family, and I felt guilty for him being where he was, but
Right.
he chose that life.
I understand.
And he chose to be abusive, and he chose to be evil, and he chose that life pattern. He chose it. And I had guides and guardians that came in, and at that point I didn't know that guides and guardians can actually come in as humans, or as human beings that are living and help you. And I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that they can come in and manifest and help you and get through the hard times and help you through that time. I wasn't aware of that. I'm coming through a cycle tonight where I'm letting go of all of it. And I'm saying goodbye to that past, which includes some really close things to me that wouldn't be considered appropriate to the society that we live in. But because of the negativity that's connected to it, I don't have a choice.
Sure.
Does that make any sense?
Well, I think it does. I mean, you're being a bit cryptic, but I understand the need for that too. I would say that I think the transition, like I've been saying this since 2017, and I don't know what it was about 2017, but I said I don't know what's going on. You can look at our show archives and see it. I would say over and over, something is going on. I don't know what's going on, but I know this is a very important time, and we are in a transition of sorts. And I said I believe that this is one of those times. It's so important that someday we'll be telling our grandchildren, I was there when this happened, whatever this is. But I think that we are transitioning. We are raising in vibration, or at least many of us are, or some of us are, or whatever. I don't know, but I just know that it's very important for us to lay down the things that have bound us for so long. Because how can we transcend ourselves if we're anchored by guilt, remorse, doubt, all those negative chains? And it's very important for us to release and to cleanse those things in order to rise up to the vibration we're supposed to be at.
You know, Brent, I could sit here and tell you about all of the horrible things that have happened to me, and I know in some ways I'm being cryptic, and in some ways it's because it doesn't just surround me; it surrounds other people, and I don't feel like I have the right to say those things.
I understand,
because it does surround a daughter, and I don't want to step on her toes because I want to be respectful.
Absolutely,
but my experiences with it's kind of like when you read or watch a book or a movie of this, you meet a man and just with that first look, you fall madly in love with him. And every instinct in you and everybody in you tells you no. but there's nothing in you that can stop you from going with him.
Right.
Because you know that it's already been designed and destined for you.
Right.
And I had that. And I had that so young, and I knew he was going to die. And he knew he was going to die. And so it was about experiencing and trying to enjoy what he would allow. And I really want to emphasize what he would allow to have the best time that we could.
Sure.
And for any person that is in that relationship, it is not worth it.
Right.
It is absolutely not worth the beatings. He slammed my head up against the wall 3 times. I'm pretty sure that if he would have done it again, I wouldn't have survived. I was pregnant at the time. And the last viewing and connection that I had with him, I was sitting across from him, and I saw his eyes change. And I've seen a lot of evil in my life, and I've never in my life seen such a transition where I literally ran out of there, and I never saw him again.
Yeah.
Because that evil had completely taken over him to where there was no way in hell I was going to let him come anywhere near his child.
Right. Right. And maybe that's the beauty of it, is that he had one great expression of love left in him, and that became the beautiful child that he fathered. And whatever else was meant to be, but there was just that one piece left that he was able to bring into the world. One beautiful thing. I don't know. I mean, it's just something to think about.
It's kind of like the Beauty and the Beast. And I want to say good things about him too, because he did have great things, but we live in, I really feel like it's so important for me to say this before 2020. We live in a race war, and it's not the color of your skin. It's not your next door neighbor. It's not what you think it is. It literally is a race war, and that's what they're trying to keep from us. And what I saw at such a young age, and what I've seen from over 20 years now, it literally is a race war. And as many people as they can get on their side, they'll do it. And they'll do it no matter how, through molestation, through beatings, through whatever they can, they'll do it. They'll turn you. And I watched him fight, and I watched him do as much as they could to him. And I watched the people that were full of unconditional love come and protect me, and I watched him run.
Sure.
And I have to say that there was a divine invention that happened, and that got me out of there.
Sure.
I replayed it in my head today because I was thinking about it, which I've stopped thinking about until for some reason this year, and I've realized because I have to let it go and I have to say goodbye. And I wanted to do it in a fashion that other people understand that they're not alone.
Yeah.
No matter if you've had a child with somebody or if it's something that has stuck with you forever, you're not alone. If you see your other ones and you remember them on a certain day, you're not alone. They're here. They're saying something. If they're stuck, they're stuck. And it's not your fault, and it's not your problem, no matter how much they make you think that it's your problem.
Right.
It's not your problem. You need to let them go.
Right.
Sure. Yeah. It's tough. I mean,
And
we're all in this
it's
battle. We are all having this
it's so
battle.
tough.
Yeah. But I really appreciate you calling in and sharing this. I think it's very deep, and I'd love to have more conversation with you off the air because I think there's
Oh my gosh, you can call me whenever you want. Like
Okay.
I'm an open book. Everything can be verified.
Oh, sure.
I've, like I've had so many experiences. I don't even know where to start or where to begin. Tonight's just a very special night where it was the beginning of an end, and I realized that it's an end. And I wanted to share it with an actual family that I've been looking for, and this is the family that I've been looking for. And I want to thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you
thank
guys in that chat.
Thank you.
And I love you, Brent, and I love you, Dawn. And you guys have given me such a piece of serenity that I've been looking for. And to say goodbye in this manner is just so much better and so much easier to let go than being alone.
Right.
Well, we're honored to have you as a part of our family, and thank you so much for being a part of the shows and sharing your wisdom and insights. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, so call me whenever you want. Anybody who wants to get a hold of me, I'm always here to help out or to listen or to do whatever. Dawn, you're a lot stronger than you think you are. Don't doubt yourself. You have a lot more power than you think you do, sweetie. You are a lot more powerful.
Oh, I thank you for that. You were talking about, I don't mean to hang up on or hang on this, but you were talking about time for letting go and things like that. And I think the end of the year, this particular year, like Brett was talking about, it's time to shed that armor that we've put on, because that armor's got everything clinging to it. It's time to brighten that up, and you need to shed that. And I think because and that's the way I feel too, because I know I let a lot of malignant narcissism off. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. It's not an issue I had. It's like Brent was saying the other day about that the person who was being bullied, and reminding them that it's not you, it's them. It's the images of them that they see, and they take it out on you. You're not the broken one. Well, you are now.
Narcissism is like a whole other thing that I could talk of forever. But in a whole thing is that we're the light, and they're the bugs that attract the light. They're, unless you want to unplug the light, which of course you don't, because then you're in the dark. They're going to fly to us. And we have to build up our boundaries. And the best way to build up our boundaries is to keep our foundation, our families, and our unconditional love completely strong. And you and your family, Dawn, are doing a great job. Brent, you're doing a great job. But the narcissisms, they're not going to stop until this world changes and wakes up. And we're going into 2020, and I've talked to multiple people about this, and I'm sure there's going to be calls. I hope there's going to be calls. Please call after this if you think this. But in 2020, there's going to be a lot of awakenings, but there's also going to be a lot of people that awaken and don't know what the hell they're doing. And we need to be there to help them and support them in their awakening, because they're going to be full of being surrounded by narcissists, by the cruelty of world, and be gifted and surrounded by unconditional love and not understand what to do.
Right. Yep, it's going to be a good time for teachers and students. So but thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah. I'm sorry for taking so much time. I love you guys so much.
You never waste any time.
This is such a powerful time. Please listen to your guides and guardians. Please write down your dreams. Everything is important. All of it is a message. There's no such thing as a coincidence. They're all coming through right now. The veil is very, very thin for the next at least 3 weeks, if not 4 weeks. It's so important for you guys to listen. We're all teachers. We're all on the same length. We're all on the same path. And we're all so incredibly important. So please just keep an open mind. Don't judge. Be loving. be kind, be wonderful. You guys are all awesome. I love you guys all so wonderful. And thank you. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, my dear. We love you too. And thanks for calling in. Okay, we got actually more calls too.
The call board just lit up.
I know, it's awesome. All right, and the first call is coming from the UK. So I'm not sure who's reaching out, but hello, welcome to the show.
Hello, is that me?
It is
talking
you.
or someone else?
Welcome to the show. Hi. Who are we talking to?
Hi, my name's Rose.
Rose. Welcome
Live
to the
in
show.
London, England.
Aw, that's great. Great to
Hello?
hear from you. We're here.
oh, yeah, it's all right. It's just I don't know whether my mobile. Sometimes my ear touches it and I mute it. So, yeah, I've actually missed all the programs tonight because I can't get it on my computer because I can't get on YouTube and it's not actually on the telly yet. So, yeah,
Oh,
so I just ring up and crash in on you.
oh, wonderful.
Been wanting to ring you for ages. I've been listening to you for ages. Quite a while now. My partner got me into the Kev Baker show. He
Right.
watches that quite a lot, and you've been on there a few times. And I thought, so I'll come down here and watch. I've been watching you for quite a while now. So yeah, I thought it'd be brave and ring up. Yeah. So I haven't got a clue what you've been talking about tonight, so I might just change the subject really badly.
Oh, that's fine.
I've got one or two things that, I'd like to, one thing I'd like, where do I start? I'm very excited. I've never actually done this before. But, it's talking about Ouija boards and that. You always give warnings out and that. Big warning, don't do it. It's not worth it. Done Ouija board when we were youngsters. And I lost my dad when I was 12. So when I was about 14, 15, my sister-in-law decided, let's do a Ouija board. So we made one out of paper and got hold of a few people here and there. And we got hold of this one bloke and basically had a message from my mum saying that, I'll get your mum. So, Mum, Stefan wants to talk to you. And she's like, what do you want? I said, he came out this message, I loved you once, and made a mistake, and that. Mum's like, I don't know, Stefan, break it off, So we broke it off, didn't think no more of it. But for weeks after that, literally, I would go to bed at night time, and I'd literally have my head up against the wall, my face up against the wall, with the quilt over my head, and I would have this wild desire to turn around because I could actually feel something behind me. I had this wild desire to turn around. But I also had this dread and fear in me. Don't do it. Don't turn around. Whatever's behind you, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah.
So I was never actually brave enough to turn around.
Oh, good for you.
So,
I don't think I would have
yeah,
either.
I just don't. Yeah, it just felt, I could literally feel it breathing down the back of my neck. I don't know what it was, but we found out about 3 months after that, because it was my younger sister that was doing it with me, and my sister-in-law. And my sister-in-law was in bed with my brother, and she woke up during the night, and there was basically a creepy man leaning over her, in her face, leaning over her. She couldn't move, she couldn't do anything. And when it actually went, she woke my brother up, and my brother just told her, I said, it's probably my dad, and rolled back over. I've been out the window and up the road, mate. I don't care what time of day it was. I'm glad I found out about that later. We actually had to get a woman down, as a woman lived up the road from us. And my mum said, go and get Carol down, she know what to do. She used to do the Ouija board and that. She went and knocked on the door, and she goes, I'll be down later when Tony goes to work. She don't like me having anything to do with the Ouija board now. And all right, so she came down, and literally, she put her hand on my gate, and she took her hand off like she'd been bitten, and she goes, I'm not coming in there, there's something in there. She goes, what you got to do is get every single thing that you wrote on the Ouija board, and the actual Ouija board itself, go out in the garden and burn it. It was a windy day. Trying to burn bits of paper on a windy day was quite a job. I done it though. Yeah, it all shifted after that. But I learned a valuable lesson. Then don't mess about with things that you don't know.
Exactly.
Very good point.
So
Yeah. That's all
Yeah.
kinds of creepy. Oh,
yeah, and and you know how you talk about astral
Yeah.
travel and that
Yeah.
lot.
Yep.
Well, I had a really, really weird thing happen to me, probably about 25 years ago, not a bit longer. Basically, day trip out at Warwick Castle, and we walked around the kitchen area in there, and there's like all this smells there, like medieval smelly stuff and that.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I wouldn't even know what to call this, whether it's astral travel or what. But literally, I was standing in the middle of this castle in Warwickshire, and I wasn't there anymore. I was literally at home watching me at the age of probably 7, 8, and my dad cooking chestnuts on fire.
Oh my God! Wow.
And then I was back. Then I was back in the castle, and I was just like, even my partner was just like, "You're right." I was just like, "Well, I went here a minute ago." I was back up. It really freaked me right out. I still haven't got a clue what that was.
Wow. That's intense.
I weren't into any spirituals or anything like that, and it was just really. I was going to email you, but I'm dodgy on computers, so I can't even get my YouTube up and running on it. So, yeah, I thought if I emailed you, I'd email some total stranger or anything, I'm nuts.
Well, I'd prefer talking to you anyway. I prefer talking to you anyway over email. I'd rather have a conversation.
I prefer that as well.
Yeah.
I've heard how you read English. You and Don cracks me up, mate. He's so funny. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I love it when you get English story out there because I just like laugh. I can't help it. You pronounce Shire so well, like Yorkshire. We call it Yorkshire. It's quite, well, I do in any case, so I'm not posh. So, yeah, it's quite amusing actually.
It's just the Lord of the Rings wrecked me.
Yeah, that's all it's doing up. Eh?
I said the Lord of the Rings wrecked me.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it is. I was tweaked onto that as soon as you said it. And at Woolwich, when you were talking about the Woolwich Tunnel, mate, I actually went down there. I went down there years ago because I used to live in London, White Croydon, and I went down there and I didn't like it. It was like there was water leaking through it.
Oh.
My family's like, oh, you know, come aboard with us on a plane. I'm not getting on a plane. They fall out the sky. Oh, get a boat over there. No, they sink. Oh, get the Channel Tunnel. I'm not going under a tunnel. I'm going to sleep.
I remember that story.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
creepy.
band blocked, mate.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it's just brilliant. I was just like, wow. I was telling my partner about it, like, what did you know? He goes, oh, I have to look at that one. What one was it? I don't know what one it was. I watched about 30 episodes of Paranormal Portal. I can't remember what one it was.
Yeah.
I'm up to about 5 months in now, so I'm watching all the backdated ones.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
My brain's full of it. Yeah, and I must say, I wanted to say, Paige, I absolutely love you.
Oh.
I love you. You're brilliant, mate. You're sunshine on a bad day, mate. I'm telling you.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love listening to. I like listening to all of you. Yeah,
That's sweet.
I haven't actually gone in the chat room yet. I don't want to freak people out.
That's all right.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That's wonderful.
I just want to say, I absolutely love your show. It's all of it. You're just brilliant, you know. And I love the way how, if you think it's not like proper story, and that you're just like, nah, I ain't going to read that. I think, good on you. Good on you. You just don't read loads of crap and just like, you know, just for the sake of it, oh, it's on there, I'll read it.
Right.
And how you get all shy when you read certain ones. But I think that's brilliant, though. I think it's brilliant. I don't want to all smut on the telly, though, you know.
Awesome.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
you know, you're brilliant. You're absolutely adorable. I love you both. I love you all,
thank
actually.
you.
Even
Thank
people that
you.
ring up, it's just brilliant. I love all the accents as well. I'm like, yeah, all the American accents. And that. I love it. Yeah, but yeah, from the minute I get up, probably well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning here now.
Oh,
well,
my
since
God.
4.
Wow.
So I'm a bit of a night owl. So yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah. I'm a night. Well, I look after hedgehogs, so and they're out at night time, so you tend to be like out and about, hunt them down, make sure they're quiet.
aw.
So, yeah, I call them little feet as well now. You've got your big feet over there, your big foot. We've got little feet over there, little hedgehogs.
Yeah, that's
And they're
right.
fierce as well, mate. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're fierce. They run out to chase my cat up the garden path. It's quite
Wow.
amusing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they're fierce little creatures, man.
Yeah.
They make some weird noises as well. My cats just don't know how to figure them out.
Oof.
Yeah, and Don, you're
Yes.
bad you are. When you were talking about them black-eyed beans, I was actually outside feeding my hedgehogs there, and every noise I heard after that, I was like, God, please, don't let there be a black-eyed pig come up to me, man. I think I'll get a scream. You'll hear me in Colorado, man, I'm telling you. Yeah, but it's really good. And like, when you talk about these stories like that, I just think, oh, these Bigfoot and skinwalkers and that, all that in America. I ain't got nothing to worry about here. You know what I mean? Oh, here's a story from Scotland. What? What? Scotland? Here's another one from London. No, that's a bit too close to home, like, you know.
Yeah.
There's me thinking, oh, all nice and safe here. No. Yeah, it's not good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I thought I'd ring in and chat your ears off a little while.
Well, we love you bunches, and thank you so much
Yeah.
for calling
Thank you,
in.
yes.
It's really great to have an opportunity to meet you, and thank you for all the kind words. It really means the world. Really does.
Yeah, you're brilliant. I'll tell you, it's so fascinating, actually. I've learned so much listening to your programs and that. It's just fascinating. And some of them just like, really like, yeah. And also, I watched, I can't remember what one it was now. We're chatting on one of them 4 or 5 months ago when you got stroked at the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you felt that finger at the back of your neck. Well, I don't know if it's just me, because I tend to like, when I'm watching, I don't just watch you, I watch all the background and that. And I swear, you either had a light moving around in your room, or there's an orb that went up behind you, a weird,
Oh.
misty, orby thing that went up behind you.
Oh.
About 30, 40 seconds before we actually felt it.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a chance to watch the episodes like that, to review them like that, but I appreciate that when you guys see stuff like that.
I'm always watching things like that, because I like looking in the background.
Oh.
And your candles that you had then, I don't know if you've still got them on there now. Candles in back, are they real candles, or are they like
We tried real candles.
little ones?
We tried real ones, and it melted a pile of wax down.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to come up with a
I was
plan B.
wondering, because one kept going out, and I'm thinking, if that's a real candle, it keeps coming out. And relighting, then I think, no, changing colours, they can't be.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous having candles, isn't it?
Especially near us.
I don't let Don anywhere near open flame.
I'm not allowed to have candles in the house, because I have a tendency of like setting fire to them by putting them under a shelf.
Oh no! Yeah, that's
Your
not
man's just like, it smells like burning, can you? Oh yeah, if I put you set the light.
good. Oh no!
Yeah, a bit deadly.
Well, it's been wonderful talking to you. Thank you
That's
so
all.
much.
I won't hold you up too long, because there's other people on. Yeah, brilliant talking to you. Brilliant show.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely love you.
We love you too.
Absolutely.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you, Rose.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
I'll go and listen to you. I'll go and listen to this program tomorrow, and I'll be cringing at the sound of my voice.
It's lovely.
no.
We love your accent too,
brilliant.
by the way.
Have a good holidays that
Yes.
are coming up on us, and I might even ring you again the other day, because you've got 2 more little bits to tell you. But like, yeah, can wait. Only UFO things. So,
There you go.
not like, yeah, not UFOs where I've been dinged up on nothing, just like weird lights are spotted. Yeah.
All kinds
All
of.
right, then, my
rude-
love. I shall catch you later and let you get on.
All right.
All right, lady. Thank you
Rose.
so much. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, darling. Bye.
Okay. Good night.
Bye. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow. It's not very common we get calls from abroad. I think that might be our first.
He means from across the sea.
Yeah. I don't always get calls from broads either, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was wonderful. It's great to hear from her.
Oh, yeah, that is awesome.
Okay, we got another call here, and this one's coming from area code 480. You're on the air.
Jingle bells, jingle bells,
Ooh.
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a Ford Chevrolet. Hey,
Oh,
Hi,
how's it
Jess.
good,
Jess?
Jess. I know. We know
Yeah.
you. We got your card. Were you here right at the lead into the show?
Yep,
Okay.
I did the yeah. I was saying hi to you guys in the chat. I did the 3 cats for the holidays theme.
Oh, right. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, thank you so much for the card. That was wonderful. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I was just having fun, with my friends and stuff, doing holiday things, going to movies and,
Oh, good.
shopping and doing all kinds of fun stuff there. I'm getting ready I'm ready for Christmas, for sure.
Are you?
Excellent.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. I hope your minion is, too.
Oh, he's dying to open some presents. There's no question. It's a lesson in patience for sure.
How's your kitty Anubis?
Oh,
Good?
he's good. He's good. He's always good. He's a little needy guy sometimes, but he's awesome. Of course.
How you doing, Don?
Doing
How's your
fine.
strange love hand?
Well, it's that almost sounded bad. Wow.
Nothing a little lotion can't fix.
Oh my god. Okay, this is one of those moments we got to write down.
Black
my.
beans.
Wow. So yeah, all is good in my world. That's about all I'm going to go there.
There you have it.
How's the basement? You getting preparations for the meat for the celebrations?
Somebody asked me the other day if I had an Australian in there, and I said no, not yet. I need one for the collection. And because I
it is a 5-family meat locker.
it is a 5-family meat locker. And let's see, who was it? Oh, I think it was Ken that asked me, because I posted on Facebook the other day. I said, I've decided I like Australians. And Ken asked me if I had one in the basement. I said, no, I need one for the collection.
Oh.
I know, it's horrible. And Cade's in the chat room right now. I wonder what he's going to say.
Cade backs away slowly.
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, we're all good, bro. Excuse me, we're all good, mate.
Oh, jeez. Have you heard from MCAT lately?
Oh, yeah.
How's he doing?
He's always good. He's in the chat all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I see him every once in a while, but sometimes he's on the road. I was just wondering how he's doing. And I want to give a shout-out to Duke. Keep on rocking, man.
There you go.
Merry Christmas.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas to you, Jess. Thank you so much for calling. It's great to hear from you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas
Merry
to you
Christmas.
guys. Hopefully you'll have a rockin' Christmas show, too, maybe. After the minion rips open the present.
Yeah, I'm probably going to need to run for cover for a while because the new toys, I'm sure, are going to be loud and fun. So I might need to do a show just to unwind.
You may want to show one on the show.
Yeah, no, I'm going to need to run for shelter in the studio.
Hopefully one of those toys ain't Chucky.
No, he oddly enough, he knows what Chucky is, and this is a 4-year-old kid, and I'm like, how the hell do you know what Chucky is? Well, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
YouTube. Oh my God, I'm like,
Oh,
you should not know what Chucky
he
is.
probably knows who Pennywise is too. Then.
Yeah, he does. He knows a lot of that stuff, and he doesn't actually know the movies and stuff. He doesn't get, but in his games that he plays Roblox, and they use things like Chucky for
I see.
decoration, and he hears them talk about, oh, there's Chucky, run, and so yeah. But I mean, my child is not exposed to horror movies, but it did surprise me that he knew what Chucky was. I was like, what? So very
Wow.
weird. Yeah, weird stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but it's wonderful.
Well, I
to hear
hope.
you hope what? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Well, Oh, never mind. What were you going to say?
I was just saying it's wonderful to hear from you. We don't hear from you too much, and it was
Oh.
really great getting that card today. Or no, I got it yesterday, I think. And we just waited to
there you
unveil it
go.
tonight, so because I wanted to wait till Don was here.
Yeah, I try to come in as much as I can, but Wednesdays and Saturdays are usually my time to chill and stuff. I do work a lot, you know.
Oh, I
You
understand
know how
that.
that is.
Sure, absolutely. But it's always a pleasure, my lady.
And Don's always in his basement. He's got to get out of there every once in a while, you know.
Well, the studio's right above it, so I got to keep an eye on the door so it doesn't open. my studio.
Here's an idea for a tattoo. You were on Paisley's show.
Right.
Here's an idea. Do a Paranormal Portal tattoo somewhere.
No.
Ooh, there you go.
No. Love you, Brent.
There you go.
Well, I'm just saying, it would mean a lot.
Yeah, I
That's
bet
an
you would.
idea.
I tell
Put
you
it on
what.
your shoulder,
I'll
like
tell
the
you
heart
what.
on your sleeve.
We'll get
Put it on your shoulder.
We'll get bro tats, you and I. Yes, Brent. Bro tats.
Oh, the bromance continues.
Well, there's romance for sure. We already got this mental umbilical cord going
I
on.
swear
so.
to God, you asked me for a bottle of water the other day. I swear it.
I did, yeah,
I swear it.
Don went out to the other room, and I was just sitting here, and I thought, I wish I should tell him to grab me a bottle of water when he's out there.
And I came back in the door and,
And
I
Don-
said, "Here's that water you
Don
wanted."
comes
He's
in
like,
here and
"I didn't
hands me
ask
the
for it."
hands me the water,
man.
and I'm like,
Wow.
thanks. He goes, well, you asked for it, and I said, Don, I didn't say anything.
Hey, is your dad still around, Brent? Your dad in spirit
I think
still
so.
around? Or?
I think so. I think he's still around. I know he's still turning on his TV and turning on lights and changing channels down at home back in Minnesota. But I think every once in a while he still shows up, and it's just kind of neat,
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just curious because you haven't talked about him
Yeah.
as of late. So
Well, I would love to get more profound evidence or something to share. Like my mom did take a video of when his TV turned on and stuff, and that was really cool. And it just happened to be on.
no,
our show.
I believe
Yeah.
he's got to
sure.
be around. You know,
Yeah.
who else is watching Walker Texas Ranger? It was his favorite show, right?
Right.
Well, he's watching the Paranormal Portal, which is weirder, and it happened to be.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and it happened to be the very episode where I was talking about him turning on his TV.
Oh, him. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep,
I mean, it was
true
just
that.
it was just the piling of coincidence to the point that it had to be.
Right.
Because there's no way random chance made that happen. No way. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so who are you going to call? You know what I mean?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Chuck Norris, apparently. Got to call Chuck Norris and deal with this one.
That was funny.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and hopefully you have maybe a fun Christmas Eve show or something.
Maybe.
If
I'm not going
on
to say for
Wednesday.
sure. I'm not going to say for sure, but I may show up and do one.
Okay.
Because I figure you guys are all family, and so I can't have a holiday without family.
Oh.
So,
No, there you go. Hey, don't forget them taters too. Taters.
What taters? I don't know what that means.
For the holiday meal.
Oh, okay.
Big Idaho taters.
Oh, there you go. All right. We'll make sure to have some taters.
All right.
All right, Jess. Take
Thanks,
care.
Jess. Bye.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you
Bye.
too. We'll see ya.
So Cade has decided he has left the
I
chat.
saw that. He goes, Cade has left the chat.
And then he pops in and he goes, "Hey, get a belief tattoo."
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll mix them up. Go, I believe in the paranormal portal.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
We'll just mix it up there.
Maybe we need like a collaboration T-shirt that says that.
I confess and give. I don't even know how to tie Wes's into that. And Bigfoot Odyssey, and God, we'd have a paragraph going down our back.
I know exactly what to put in. If we put Tony in there, it'd be yup.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyhow,
Well,
wow.
thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
That's going to wrap up the show for tonight. No, I'm just kidding. It's been good. I love all the
Wow.
participation. We've actually we've gone through an hour.
Gone through an hour. Yep.
That's amazing.
Oh, Kate says I like that. Okay, so yeah, all right. Let's come up with something. Sure,
I
why not?
know. I still got to rip off Cade's idea about
I know,
making
that
the
was-
ornament.
I couldn't believe how simple that
I know, what a brilliant idea. Whoever your listener was that came up with that, Cade, wow. That was too easy, as you guys say.
I'm like, Brent, you see these shenanigans?
I know. Don's always merchandising and marketing. That's pretty cool. He's got an eye for this stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's gotta keep. If you want to see something, ladies and gentlemen, definitely check it out on Cade's page. Of course, he's got a template, but I'm gonna rip that off completely and do one for the Paranormal Portal. But you got to be subscribed to Paranormal Portal Radio on Facebook. So make sure to follow us there and keep watching. I have intended to do it, but I've been so... I know, Don, but I can only do so much.
I understand. Trust
There's
me.
so many projects going on. But I will be unveiling that within the next day or two. A lot of things have gotten pushed back that I've meant.
Kate says, I expect it to see hanging in the background next live stream.
Well, no pressure. All right.
Sure, yeah.
Next live stream, of course, is tomorrow.
You better get on it.
I know. Jeez. I'll be here with crayons.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. How's that look? No, okay. Do I need pink or green?
No,
Okay.
no. It'll be black. It'll be like the Johnny Cash Christmas ornament.
Oh, there you go.
It'll be all black with maybe a chrome. I'm going to probably do the chrome on black for that one, Don.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know how that'll work for printing, but I don't,
Well, it depends on what kind of ink they've got.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to buy that special metallic ink from the Paranormal Portal.
You'll need special Paranormal Portal ink.
And it will.
But anyway, where the hell are we?
We're 8:10.
8:10 already. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this journey. Did Kev Baker stick around? Did he go?
He popped in. I did see
did,
him right
yeah,
around
it
the
was really
same
cool.
time Rose called, actually.
That was really neat. Yeah, it was good to see. We got that UK connection. We got the Australian connection, the New Zealand connection going. It's just reaching around the world and giving it a big hug, Don.
Yep, just
Right here on the portal.
paranormal arms around the world. What should I say?
In our ghostly embrace.
in our ghostly embrace.
Yeah, you got to do that.
He loves
You got to do
everybody.
the slurry lips. So we got to give the world a big ghostly hug.
You know, somebody who said, "Oh, now I want tater tots."
Oh, that was Jess talking about taters.
Yeah, but I want tater tots now.
Huh? Okay. All right, Don.
Tater tots with taco meat on top of it.
Oh, is that a Taco Bell thing?
No, it's a me thing.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
then cut up the jalapenos. Oh, hey, what's going on over there?
Well, we're going to look at the hot sheets, ladies and gentlemen. The
hot
hot sheets, singular40in.com. Again, is a favorite site of mine because I just love the way they do their thing. And I love the way that they tell their stories and do their reporting. And again, it's by the Whalens, Tobias and his wife, have put out this site, singular40in.com. And it's really
It's
a good
not
job.
single and 40. It's single singular 40in. God, you guys. Cha-Cha started that.
Yeah, I know she did. That doesn't surprise me too much. Cha-Cha starts a lot around here. Just call her the stick because she's always stirring.
She's a stir stick.
She's a ladle of love.
No, not this time, Cha-Cha, but you did start it. Anyhow.
No, Don just revitalized it for this episode.
No, it wasn't me. It was Bomber this time.
Oh, did he? All right, gotcha. Well, I'm going to tell you about some things going on here.
Sweet.
There's a couple new things here on the Singular 40 that I'd like to cover. Wow, there's a woman reports 1987 encounter with strange haunting melody in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
It's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas.
Whatever.
Arkansas. That reminds me, what the hell was that old saying from the cowboy? Texarkana. What is Texarkana? Is that like some combination of the Texas and Arkansas thing or something? I don't know. Anyway, do you know? I know you've heard it.
Yes, I've heard it.
Okay.
And
Anybody?
I think it's got something to do with like Smoking the Bandit, though.
Oh, well, it's not just Smoking the Bandit. That's an old.
It's a Texarkana is a city in Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Did you just Google it?
Apparently there's a city in Texas as well. Hold on.
Oh, really?
Well, of course I Googled it.
Oh.
Texarkana, Texas. And
Okay.
then let's see here.
Has absolutely nothing to do with the show,
No,
ladies and gentlemen, but
he brought it up.
That's how our minds work here. That's the entertainment you guys
Did you
keep
Google
showing
it?
up
Yeah,
for.
of course I did. My job.
That's why you guys keep showing up, is because this show is absolutely unscripted and unplanned, and for some reason that's usually entertaining. But I'll tell you what, I want to read this story, and this is it says the Singular Fortean Society was contacted recently by Angela Nichols, who said she and her family encountered the most beautiful sound one afternoon during the summer of 1987 while fishing on the Saline River in Arkansas. And ladies and gentlemen, also the Singular Fortean also has, I believe, a podcast as well. Oh. So they are out there, and I would encourage you to check that out too. Because then you'd be getting all this firsthand instead of regurgitated by me here. But it says, according to the initial report, it was 1987. I was just a girl. My mom and dad took my sister and I upstream in a flat-bottom fishing boat on the Saline River in south central Arkansas. The idea was to motor up to where people didn't go and tie off in the middle just to fish. And we went a mile or more from the camp and tied off where a tree was laid over in the river. Excuse me. And as soon as the hook was dropped in the water, the boat began vibrating. Yeah. Not harshly, just subtly. And we could hear a song. By song, I don't know how to explain, but there were no words, and it was the most beautiful sound I ever heard in my life. The boat vibrated with the melody. 3 of us thought it must be coming from under the water. Mermaids. My dad was not so sure. He pulled over to the east bank and got out looking around in the woods. And then we went to the west bank, and he climbed up the embankment to see an open field, but he never found anything to explain it. The longer we were there, the more profound the vibrations became. Again, it was the most beautiful sound I have ever heard. We may have been there 10 to 15 minutes, just long enough for Dad to be afraid of the unknown, not finding an explanation. We never went back. I've never experienced anything else like it. Never heard anyone else describe anything like it. It may always remain a mystery what happened, and it was so long ago. I just happened across one of your stories and decided to share. That is amazing. What could account for that? Well, I guess we can read what they said. Tobias Wayland followed up with Nichols, and who added more details through a series of emails. Nice. Nichols described the sound as steady, flowing with melody, no breaks in the sound or the boat vibrations, but it did get stronger/louder the longer we were there. It was higher notes, maybe mid to high, no low notes, no distinct sounds flowing like a song, no pauses, just awesome and scary and intriguing. If there was a way to know, I would choose to know, said Nichols. I've never heard anything else like it, she added. Most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Not like scary music in a movie. The sound alone was not threatening in any way. It was not a sound someone would want to run from, but rather you could listen to it forever. Whatever its origin, the sound made a strong impression on her and her family. Everyone that was in the boat that day are still living, and all of us remember, she said. It's not a forgettable thing to encounter. We were in a very remote location, Nichols continued, a gravel road that trailed off in places. It's gated now, and you have to be a member of a hunting lease to get the key. Oh. Back then, only a few people knew of the river access point, and most of them didn't even bring in boats because the fishing was so good from the bank. Many nights extended, family camped there, and we would go visit during the day, and I was 7 years old at the time. That may be young, but I remember plenty from back then. My sister and I used to talk about it growing up, and it's not easy to leave something alone that you want to understand, she added. Nichols explained that she and her sister considered mermaids, and sirens as possible explanations, but now she entertains the idea that maybe it was something new, and by that I meant something that had not been encountered or at least recorded in history. Yeah, but there is a lot of precedence for things like that, and it is the siren songs, and especially. She added that her mother thought it must have been an angel since the sound was so beautiful. Our parents told us we shouldn't talk about it because people wouldn't believe it anyway, but we could talk about it as a family, she said. And anyway, when I think of it, even though it was beautiful, I think it must have been a warning. It didn't start until we dropped a hook in the water. In the recesses of my mind, I think of a mother protecting her babies, trying to scare off danger.
Oh.
That's an interesting point. Whalen didn't have any definitive answers regarding the phenomenon, but did say it reminded him of stories regarding fairy music. Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
A very good point. Yeah. The sound described, especially the effect it had on the witnesses, reminds me very much of fairy music. He said, for centuries, people have reported hearing enchanting melodies in lonely places that they later struggle to describe or remember. Wow. Much of the lore surrounding fairies overlaps with other areas of the paranormal, including UFOs, abduction phenomena, and hauntings. So I can only guess that the sound's origin what the sound's origin may be. All I can say is what it reminded me of. Yeah, and that's the kind of phenomena that I don't know if you could duplicate it. It could be just at that one moment, at that one place, there was just a perfect alignment of whether it's, something dimensional or esoteric or, a combination of, ley lines all converging in a certain solar pattern, maybe made that one little gateway of an experience. I don't know. So you could go back to that same place millions of times and never have that similar experience.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when you mention sirens, I automatically think, she turned me into a toad. We thought she was a toad. Is what
That's
said.
right.
But, immediately I thought, after that thought, the next thought I had was, is there a hot spring around there? Is there, a lot
something
of
geothermal?
Yeah, it's geothermic. Yeah, something like that. Was it venting?
I don't know. In Arkansas?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know that there's any.
But then I also, you think of like maybe there was like a hidden dead body down there and it was gassing out. You hear this high pitched hiss. It's rumbling. You never know. It may have been the last Sasquatch body in the world down there.
I don't mean to laugh, but how'd you take this beautiful sound and make it a gassy dead body? Oh, Don. How do you get to those places?
Well, as you've often questioned, Don, how can you be so broken?
You are pretty broken. But I love your logic. Sometimes it comes from such a deep left that I'm never prepared for it. And I don't mean that as a rip. I just think you come at things in a very original way. So.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, yeah. Kathy. That's a good idea.
What's that?
Well, Kathy says Jake could use a comb for Christmas. This is black sandalwood. And it's my folding comb. I love it.
Yeah, I know you're always dragging that.
My other one broke. I don't know why, but anyhow. But we've talked about that before, is getting those and then having it etched with like Paranormal Portal on it.
Sure, the Longbeard edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
We'd do that in gold. As a matter of fact, I got gold leaf coming soon too.
Wow. Okay.
What? Jinx. Anyhow.
I don't know.
But no,
for those of you that are bearded, might be a great gift idea.
Poor Barry, he says, I try to grow a beard, it just comes in patchy.
Me too, brother. I can't. I can like grow some crap on my chin and kind of a long mustache, but I get a patch here that doesn't make mustache whiskers, so I got to grow them like really long so they join up, and it just comes off like a bad joke. So I keep it shaved. because I apparently never reached enough manhood to grow
Jesus.
to grow a beard or
It's
something. I don't
taken
know.
me many, many years to reach this point.
I'm sure it has.
You know, it's funny. Jake made fun. Well, when him and Adam did the Wes and Long thing on anyhow,
Long
he's
Don
just-
beard or
Yeah,
whatever. you
Long
call
Don
it.
beard. I just laugh every time I think.
That's so hilarious.
I was thinking about it when I was showering today. I'm like washing my beard. And I'm like, Long Don beard. Oh God.
I thought that was just
it
brilliant.
was awesome.
It really
But
was.
where was I going with this? I forgot.
I'm,
Oh, he said, no, it took me 5 years. This only took me 18 months. Be jealous. And I've even trimmed it since then.
he almost lost that beard recently.
Yeah, he did. He almost did. And then all of a sudden it's oh no, wait, in 25,000. I'll do it at 25,000.
Sure.
Poor Jake.
Jake and Adam are great guys. That's
crazy.
Blue Line Bigfoot, everybody. If you're not familiar with them, go check out their channel on YouTube. Some really great stuff out there.
Yeah. And wow, Adam can actually paint.
Oh, I know. So we did a marathon with Blue Line Bigfoot on Bigfoot Odyssey.
Yeah.
And before the thing, Adam's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do some painting," and I'm like, "Okay." I was expecting like some
like
brown
stick figures.
some brown smears on a canvas that were gonna be Bigfoot, and I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be humor or something. So
And then
and all of a sudden he starts Bob Rossing on us, and I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell is going on? He is incredibly talented.
He's got his spatula and he's just
Yeah, he just whipped out
here's
this.
the clouds, here's the
I know,
sky,
and
here's the mountain. Now the mountain can do anything at once. Let's do this.
He even had freaking happy trees all over it.
Yes,
It
he did.
was amazing.
And the mirrored pond.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
Actually, kind of cool.
No, he did brilliantly. He did beautifully. I was very, very impressed. They are collectively a very talented group.
Very interesting group.
Well, they are too. I mean, they're very, very eclectic. as
Up
well.
in the Appalachians.
I just had to write a text.
Quick text.
Yeah.
Wow.
Family.
So, yeah. Wow. But okay, not to minimize that, but the dad was scared, so and Cha-Cha yelled out "merman," of course. But with that in mind, if Dad was that scared that he went to the shore and
Yeah, checked it out.
checked it out from that point.
It was obviously disconcerting enough that
Right.
the cool thing is that it wasn't just one person hearing it.
Right.
Like, hey, what's that noise?
It was the
And
family
it's
that was there.
what noise? And they look at you like you're something growing on their face. But it was like
Not like
everybody experienced it. Yeah, not like
But,
a beard.
So it does bring up the question. Is that it's got to be freshwater? So are there freshwater sirens?
I don't know.
Are there?
I don't know. And if there are they intangible, or can they manifest? I mean, we're lately I've been hearing a lot of discussion about Bigfoot being multidimensional, and I'll be honest, ladies and gentlemen, that's a hard one for me because I don't know. I mean I'm okay with them being smart like us. I'm okay with them being in the wilds, and I'm perfectly good with that, and I accept that wholeheartedly. But then talk starts coming up, and I've been, when I was guest hosting on Bigfoot Odyssey, I interviewed Kevin Keeney of Arizona Squatch, and
Right.
he's talking about all these profound experiences that are just metaphysical, and I don't have any doubt that what he is telling me is absolutely the truth that he experienced. I just don't know how to quantify that. I don't know what to do with it.
Good night, Deb.
And good night, Deb. And then I was on there last night again, and we had Ron
Moorhead.
Ron Moorhead. Thank you. Names, me and names, But Ron Moorhead was on there, and of course, Ron is a brilliant guy, and he's written. He is one of the people behind the Sierra Sounds recordings, and has written a book called the Quantum Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he's talking about all this stuff, and it's obviously coming at me so much lately that I'm supposed to pay attention to this and come to terms with it. And I'm trying to. I really am, because I don't doubt that people are seeing what they're seeing. I just don't. I have a real logical part of my brain that doesn't know what to do with it and doesn't know how to process it.
Mm-hmm.
maybe we have a lot to learn from them. Maybe there's something in that we are supposed to observe and understand and learn for ourselves to help us become multidimensional beings ourselves. I don't know. It's just amazing. But then if there are sirens, could they be multidimensional too? Could mermaids be multidimensional? I mean, are there a whole catalog of things that are able to exist within several different dimensional realities and shift between them? And we're like the only ones that are in the, on the slow lane here. And we're just basically 3-dimensional. We probably are multidimensional. And I believe we have it inherent in us to be multidimensional. I just don't know why it's switched off.
Right.
Why don't we do that then? Or, if this is existing all around us, how come we can't?
Right. Wow. But we've talked about, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever, possibly traveling between maybe dimensions or otherworldly places in portals. You've mentioned like Nessie and Champ and all of them using portals to go from one place to another. You've postulated one time that maybe they're all the same one, and they're using whatever that plesiosaurus is doing is moving between places in a portal.
Sure. Well,
so, I mean, if you think that might be possible, you have to at least think that maybe.
Sure. I mean, maybe these other beings can see these naturally occurring doorways, and they can shift through them at will.
Well, and you also said it most recently, you mentioned it about flying dinosaurs.
Yes, of course. And those are weird because, but here's the thing, and I don't know, I was having a discussion with somebody, and I don't remember who it was now, and he was talking about how there is a belief out there that birds are multidimensional, because for the number of birds that are existing, there should be corpses everywhere, for the billions of birds that are, flying around and flocking around. But I think that, for birds, there's so many things that eat them.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that for birds, that may be the case.
Right.
I think it was Truth Seeker that was talking about that, about birds being multidimensional. But then as soon as he said that, I thought, well, then I thought of the pterodactyls. Maybe they're, utilizing some multidimensional aspect to appear and not, and then to disappear.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it gets so far. It gets so profound.
That
and
rabbit
confusing.
hole just gets deeper and deeper.
Yeah, and you can follow it as far as you want to, and still, you still have so far to go. But very, very wild stuff.
I don't think that. I think that's like Mel's hole. It's bottomless.
Exactly.
You're never gonna find that ending. Hopefully we do. Hopefully we find something out. And have some kind of answers, at least to the physicality of these creatures.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot to learn. There is a lot for us to learn, and that's why I love the paranormal. And I love learning. I don't mind expanding my mind and my consciousness and all that. I don't know. I struggle with the logical part of my mind and the right brain part that wants to believe everything. I just don't. I have to marry them in the middle there somewhere and come up with an understanding.
Sorry.
So. Yeah, that was the first one from Singular 40, and there's another one.
Oh, there's another one? Sorry.
There is. And this one is another... This one's unknown flying human owl. And it's amazing the amount of reports that the Singular 40 has gotten about all these Mothman kind of people. Lots of different reports they're getting, especially around Illinois. And where's this one happening?
Barrington, Illinois.
Barrington, Illinois, in the O'Hare International Airport. So another one's coming out of there. Now, the last one was from the airport itself, was from a freight mover that was getting his truck loaded. And he was over just taking a break, having a smoke or something.
Right.
And he looked over at a fence, and there was one sitting there flapping its wings. And it didn't fly. It just kind of was flapping its wings and then ran off, flapping its wings.
Maybe into a portal.
Yeah, exactly. But it never got airborne that he observed. So, it makes you wonder, is somebody just yanking his chain? Because it never did leave the ground. But it was observed. Now, airports, as everybody knows, are very secure, or at least there's a lot of effort put into securing them. And I'm sure they wouldn't let some clown in a wingsuit be running around flapping on the runways. So whatever is going on.
That would be friggin' hilarious.
Yeah. Just crazy, crazy stuff. But let's see what this one is. And again, singular40.com, ladies and gentlemen. The Singular Fortean Society recently received the following report from a witness who said she and her husband saw an unknown flying human owl perched in a tree near their apartment towards the end of October this year. Excuse me. I'm really froggy all of a sudden. There we go, I think. Let me take a drink.
He needs a swig. He talks a lot. He needs to rehydrate his voice.
You know, it's funny because I go for 8 hours without saying too many words. And then I get on these shows and I got to talk nonstop. And it's like, so.
He's starting to sound like the Who. The Mongolian throat singers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that was my imitation of the Who.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how I did. You have to let me know in comments.
Oh, boy.
But it says the witness agreed to use the use of her and her husband's first names for and the initial of their last names. But according to the report, I'm writing you today in regards to the Mothman human owl. Mothman/human owl. This is Diana and I assume Jesus. And we live at the reserve in Hoffman Estates, and our apartment complex is next to an empty cornfield and across from Barrington. And there's a forest preserve. My husband and I live on the third floor, of the complex, and we face another building, but can also see towards the cornfield to our right. We also have a lot of trees around our building, almost as tall as the building itself. We'd normally go out on the porch every night to smoke a cigarette, and about a month or 2 weeks ago, late October 2019, we went out at about 9 or 10 p.m., and we usually leave our phones inside so we can enjoy a little chat, gaze at the stars, and even see a pack of coyotes roaming around the streets and apartments. Or sometimes even head back into the field and forest, and keep in mind this field has no crop, so it's empty and you can see towards the street. Well, that specific night, my husband was to my right, and he's taller than me. So I was talking to him, taking a puff, when I noticed something in the pine tree, and I believe it's a pine, behind him. Right at the top of the tree, not in between the branches or anything, right at the top. And he noticed I wasn't paying attention, so he turned around to look, and sure enough, there was what we thought was a huge owl looking out towards the field and then looking back around. So after a couple of seconds, maybe 30 seconds, we started to question each other. What was that? What is that? Is that an owl? And I'm talking about this thing was pitch black, but its wings and shape were huge. As you can see that from the reflection of the sky, which was lighter. And I recall continuing to smoke as we tried to examine this creature, looking around. Once we had noticed it, I don't recall it ever looking at us. We were already a few minutes outside before, and I noticed, so I'm not sure if he ever looked down at us, and I was more into the body shape, though. I could see huge, long black wings, and we couldn't really see any details, as it was super dark. My husband was trying to get closer to the edge to get a good look at it, but we could really just see the long wings and the huge shape. Well, after finishing our square, we said, yeah, it might just be an owl. Pretty big one for sure. And then we came inside our complex, which is at the roof of the building. And normally at night we could hear the animals climbing on the rails and roof. But our roommate, whose room is next to the porch, he states he always hears something walking at night by his window or above it. I'm not sure if it's this creature. The tree is right next to us, so he can easily climb into the building. Jesus and I never saw it again when we would go out there, but we did joke around about it being behind us on the roof and that it would pick us up and fly away. He did it to scare me, and we thought nothing of it until we read the article about a semi-truck driver who spotted something similar at O'Hare National Airport, which is not far from where we are. And once we saw that, we just stared at each other because we recall what we saw. So we know we weren't seeing things like this was legit. We sometimes step out for a moment to see it, see if we can find it again. But so far, he's been gone, and that's our story about seeing this unknown flying human owl. Wow, another one there, huh? So Tobias Wayland goes on to ask questions, and he says some of the responses he got. The thing is, we could see the black shadow of it holding onto the tree, but not the exact tip of the tree, she said in response to a series of questions sent by Wayland. There's no more branches above him, so it could have been he was perched. We tried comparing it to an eagle, but even a humongous eagle couldn't compare to it. It has to be twice or maybe 3 times that size, and we'd say about 6 to 8 feet tall, genuinely not lying about how huge it looked. We were just smoking and relaxing before hitting the pillow for the night's rest. Clear mind, Diane added. Actually, me and my husband were talking about a family issue, and at the very next way, we received some bad news. I don't know what that really means, but Diane also reported having had paranormal experiences in the past, but said they have not increased in frequency since the sighting. I usually have a lot of paranormal activity happen to me, but not any different since the sighting, she said. As far as I can remember, I've always been experiencing something, Diana continued. Usually I'd experience sleep paralysis, and many times I've been woken up to someone standing over my bed watching me.
Oh.
That's terrible. As much as a little girl, an old lady, which I believe is my grandmother, an older man, one who's cuddled me, and also one who's left me scratches on my body.
Oh.
I've had someone wake me from my sleep at 4 a.m. and walk out of my room into the same empty house, and when I got up to look around, nobody was there. I've had so many experiences, she said, it's never ending for me. Lon Strickler of Phantoms and Monsters was also contacted by the witness, and the same account was related to him. Immediately to the west of the sighting location are the Shoe Factory Road, Prairie Nature Reserve, and Arthur L. Janura Forest Preserve. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Another sighting coming out of Illinois, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever is going on over there, they seem to have, I don't know if it's just one that's making itself known or if they got a bunch of them over there. That's pretty unnerving, I think.
You know, there's been a whole lot of sightings in that area, and of course, well, we talk about that all the time.
Uh-huh.
And, geez, you know, you would think that there would be more concrete evidence with all of these sightings just in that one spot. You know, it's like a 50-mile radius and all these sightings from all these years, and even a movie about it. I mean, come on.
I think the movie was about Point Pleasant, though, wasn't it?
Well,
That's a different state altogether.
That's true, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? I mean,
well, again,
you know, we've had so many people say, yeah, we've had a few people tell us on the show that, yeah, we've seen the Mothman or what we believe is a Mothman, and we've read all of these stories just recently about the Mothman, and it's one of those. I'm going to say right now, it's one of those urban legends that seem to be very viable at a point. But then again, you have to ask, you know, are they coming through a portal, and that's why people only see them kind of randomly? And may I point out that they were out smoking when they first saw it.
I think it was just cigarettes, though.
Well, that's okay. Cigarettes cause paranormal experiences.
Well, that's true. We found that correlation many times here on the show. That it always starts with, I was outside having a smoke
yeah, exactly.
when I saw, and then it, of course, spider webs into this incredible paranormal experience. I don't know what it is about smoking, ladies and gentlemen, but it's apparently a good way to have paranormal experiences.
Yes. So just a quick answer to Cade. I can multitask.
How are you doing that?
Well, he said, how are you liking my post that I just put on Facebook while you're during the live stream? Really?
Well, yeah. We are capable of many actions simultaneously.
The problem is sometimes they're all the same action. It's like, I just did that. What?
Yeah.
Oh, well. But anyhow, so yeah, well, we're just all busy all the time. So got another one?
Nope, I don't. What do you got?
I got a whole bunch of oh my.
A whole bunch of oh my?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Do you have anything?
You know, I found, well, our friend Robin Moonshadow loves to post about, page not found. That sucks. Whoa. It was about a 5-meter tall human skeleton unearthed in Alice Springs.
5 meter?
5 meter.
So that's like 15 feet
That's like-
tall?
Wow. Yeah.
Huh. That's
So
intense.
I can't find. It didn't go to the page. It said it was been removed, but
Oh, that's too
sucks.
bad. That is too bad. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you might be seeing on social media. There's a story that's making the rounds about. Was it a lead NASA researcher having to be escorted off the job and kicked out because he's frantic about an impending alien invasion.
Yes.
Now, if you see that post, make sure you look at the sources.
Yep.
That
World
came from
News or
World News
something.
Daily.
Yep.
So that's kind of the same thing as Elvis wore my underwear or something, or stole my underwear. I mean, it's that kind of rag
All
reporting.
shook up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So be careful about those stories. I see. I saw that World News Daily, and I'm like, oh, there you go.
Yeah, I saw.
There's
that too.
the answer. And I've been guilty of that too myself, just seeing something. Oh, I'm going to share this. And oftentimes I do it just to give people, some new material on the page to see and to go through, because I think it's interesting and fun. I don't always have time to read everything I post over there. So I've been corrected on a few of them myself. So don't think I'm coming at this from any moral high ground. I make the same mistakes all the time, but
We're all human.
But yeah, definitely got to check the sources for those things, and it's something I'm working at getting better at. And I haven't been took for a while now. I think
I love the one that I don't remember who pointed it out to you, but they said, "Hey Brent, did you check the date on that?"
Oh, yeah, that's another one that happens. It came from a good source. I'm like, oh, really? This is a bit, it was like a monster fish or something, and
Right.
it was actually Matt from Bigfoot Outlaws that told me, hey, did you check out the date? I was like, dope. It's April 1st. April 1st, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, God bless it.
He's pretty good at spotting that stuff.
Yeah, Matt's really
He
good at
is.
dialing into that stuff. He really catches it like right now. He's a more practiced hand than I am at it, obviously.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, he's caught a few of those things actually that I've posted, and he'll message me and go, hey, this is the deal on that, and here's actually the original. I'm like, oh, damn. So, but it
Cade,
happens.
what did you find about Alice Springs? Are you near there? I don't know where that is.
What's
Well,
going on?
he said that's interesting, Alice Springs. So, Giants of Alice Springs. Well, of course that's Duke. Duke knows. Oh, that's well. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just saying that would be intriguing. So,
It is.
so yeah. You know what? Let me look that up. Let me see what I can do. How much time we got?
We got about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Wow.
19 actually.
Okay, so.
I'm just reading a message. Julia, I see that message you sent me. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That sounds interesting. That sounds quite interesting. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of good stuff going on tonight. I unfortunately was going to do something else, and I've got some stories that I've been getting sent. I'll be reading those on Saturday night, or Friday, either Friday or Saturday. So if you're submitting stories to be read on the show, please understand that I like to read the stories if they're indeed going to be read. Sometimes I've talked to people into just being on the podcast, because I love the opportunity to discuss these things. And like today's podcast was Oregon.
Yes,
from
it was
Oregon. It was
Tyler
Tyler
from
from Oregon. It was great. Yep. A great episode. Had a lot of fun with him and talking about it. Now, there was another example, ladies and gentlemen, of some really profound paranormal Bigfoot stuff going on. And that was another thing. So that's why I was talking about earlier, as I'm getting kind of slammed with this from a lot of different directions, of people bringing these reports of paranormal Bigfoot to the table, and it's really bizarre. You know what's kind of cool, Don?
What's that?
Tyler's scheduled to be on the confessionals, but
It's about time we got one first. My gosh.
he's going to be on the confessionals like in a month or two. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to rub that into Tony that we got him first. I haven't messaged Tony about that yet, but that's hilarious. I was like, oh,
it's nice.
Tyler and I were howling about that. After we were done recording, it's like, yeah, I'm going to be on the confessionals too. Like,
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, we got one first. So, and thank you again, Tyler, for being on the show. That was really cool. It was a great discussion, a lot of fun. But yeah, he had some really profound experiences. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you'll check out the podcast if you haven't. And again, the podcast is not the YouTube channel. It's a different thing entirely. Yes. And you can check out the podcast episodes by going to iHeart Radio and looking for the Paranormal Portal podcast, or going to iTunes and looking for the Paranormal Portal podcast, or going to Spotify and doing the same. And there's others, Pandora, or wherever you get wherever you are interested in getting your podcast from, and that's where you'll find our episodes there. But there's, what is there, 102, 103 now? Because some of them aren't numbered because they were
true.
bonus
some of
episodes.
them are double numbered, yeah, same day.
Yeah, they're bonus episodes. So, but yeah, they were. There's literally over 100 podcast episodes and 90 some.
God, we have some epic numbers in shows, and we have over almost 600 YouTube shows. We're already over 100 podcasts.
Yeah, we've got a lot of material out there. We really do. We just just keep waiting for that big unveiling where it's like suddenly
everyone will quit his job.
Everyone will hear about the Paranormal Portal and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's what I want for Christmas, everybody."
Kate says, "When's this round table? What round table?"
Oh, I was talking about having one with Wes and Tony, and I keep thinking about it, but I just get lost in my own stuff, and then I realize, because when you got that many schedules involved, and of course we'd love to have Kate on that too.
Logistical nightmares.
Yeah, it's a logistical nightmare to try to pull it all together. And
well, Tony's 3 hours ahead of us. Wes is same, and Kate is like 18 hours into our future.
Kate is our future man. Yeah.
So what are the lotto numbers, Kate? Don needs to quit his job.
Yeah, exactly. So when I can organize that, I'll be happy to. It's just, I haven't even tried. I mean, everybody's agreed to do it. Wes agreed to do it, and Tony agreed to do it, and I would love to do it. It's just I haven't tried to iron out when. I know it's got to be like a weekend. That's what Tony said, is that the weekends are the best for him because his life is busy as hell too. And of course, Wes is going 15 directions too. So we'll get it all ironed out as soon as we can.
What the hell is Simda?
I don't know. What are you talking about, Simda?
Glendo Kirk says, I'm waiting for Brent to call me Sindo.
Where's this?
It's in the chat.
Oh, Sindo?
I don't know what that.
I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't know. By the way, Alice Springs is like right in the middle of Australia. By the way.
Okay.
According to Cade,
So, Kate, has there been some big bones recovered there? Cade, you can go do our field reporting for us. And now we'll be joining our field reporter, Cade Moya, who is on location looking for the excavation. I'm dodging crocs over here, but I'm not finding anything.
One giant snake coming up my backside.
Look at her, she's gorgeous.
Hey, mate, check this out. Sorry.
Gleno.
Sunday. Call you Sunday.
I'm calling you Sunday? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, did I forget to call you Sunday? Damn it, if I did. I'm sorry if I forgot, brother. If I did.
Just talking about that.
I know, I'm getting so many messages now. I got to get this all ironed out. But Gleno, if I screwed that up or something, let me know, please, brother. I'm really sorry. Or, I really hate if that happened. That's
paranormalportalradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, email me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. Sponsored by the Paranormal Portal, of course. Yes, of course, your expeditions would be sponsored. We'll get you a Foster's beer and a cooler. And we'll send you out there, out in the outback.
Oh, no, I don't want to hear what he has to write. Oh, man. I said something about Foster's beer, and everybody jumped on me. It's like-
We'll send you a Foster's beer and a bag of chips.
My friend Patsy, she's like, we don't drink that crap. We're just a bunch of pissheads.
Yeah.
And Gary Lynn, he's like, nobody drinks that crap over here. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm worried about that. I hope I didn't forget to call somebody that was supposed to.
Oh, gracious.
All of these interviews have been jumping out at me, and I'm really terribly
awesome.
sorry.
Yeah.
I feel terrible if that's the case.
Bama just says, I heard beer. I'm right there with you.
Notice Cade's not responding.
I know. Okay, we're cutting him off for the night. That's it, Brent.
Cade said, nope, I'm not going to do your field reporting. I don't know. What do you guys drink over there for beer? What's a good beer in Australia?
Something Cooper's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me see if I can find that again here. I'm sure I can. I can find everything.
Oi.
Oi. Yeah,
Oi.
that's something they say.
It is.
Oi, let's have a drink.
It is. I'm just waiting to see if from some kind of information from
Sideways answer
No,
from them.
no, I'm actually really bothered by
yeah.
the fact that I might have missed calling somebody. That really does. I mean, it's really troubling to me if that's the case. Gleno, let me know, please. God bless it. If I screwed that up, I'm just mortified. It certainly didn't happen by omission. Nothing intentional, of course. I love when I get a chance to talk to you guys and interview for this show. And if I somehow missed that, I am terribly sorry, very much so. So please let me know. I will hope to make that up. Oh, we got a call.
A call.
It's a call, and this is coming from 469. You're on the air.
Hi, guys. Y'all are having too much fun. I thought I'd call in and break it up.
Well, we appreciate that, of course.
Y'all separate, man.
We like to have a good time because
I got,
paranormal is such a heavy subject. We like to laugh about it as much as we can.
yeah, I know. We have to, or we cry about it. I have something that happened. I have a Kia Soul, and I've had some issues with license plates and stuff, getting them and things like that. And when they finally came, my handicap plate says 1PHRP, like one paranormal harp.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
A Kia Soul.
Oh,
That's weird.
wow.
I was like,
Wow.
that's too weird. So anyway, I just thought I'd interject that.
Yeah, no, that's kind of cool.
That is really cool. Wow. So how are things in your
I'm
world?
hoping that's like a little, I don't know, a heads up, like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I've had trouble with cars, so.
Oh my God, me too. I can tell you horror stories.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you stories. And Don had a
I
haunt.
had one blow up 10 paces from me walking out of it,
Oh my God.
away from it. So,
Wow.
That's right. That's horrible.
yeah, a lady yelled at me, "Lady, is that your car on fire?" I looked back and the tires were blowing.
Oh,
I mean, the whole thing had just engulfed in flames.
Oh my God, that's so dangerous.
So,
Did you ever
yeah,
figure
so
out
I'm
why?
hoping that's a little thumbprint from God saying, it's going to be all right, get in it.
No doubt.
Well, I'm just glad you weren't in it.
Chariots of fire is gone.
Yeah.
You're doing good now.
Wow, that's incredible.
You're one up on this one. Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, y'all doing all right?
Oh,
I think we're
good,
doing
yeah.
good. I'm just loving tonight's show. I love all the participation. I love it when people call in and take part. I mean, to me, that's just the most amazing experience, and it's just great to hear from you guys.
Well, it's wonderful to have a place that you can laugh about the freaky stuff that happens to us,
Yeah,
Because
it's
there's no other place. Who are you going to
yeah.
share that with and won't go, you are freaking nuts, get away from me.
It is. You're right.
Don't even stand near me,
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
Like
there's,
you have cooties or something,
yeah, I
Like,
know.
day when we were kids. It was like, you got cooties.
Pair of cooties.
That could be it.
Barracuda.
But if you don't laugh, I mean, what's left?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, most of it is so dark and terrifying and stuff. And I think, you can't live in fear. So you might as well try to find something light about it
Right.
and try to have a good time with it. So that's what we try to do here on the show.
Well, I think that's what makes you so special, and it's kind of gets rid of all of that stuff. It just goes up and
Right.
Yeah.
back into the ether,
Just-
back in the bowl.
Right. Yeah. Just
If we can
diffuse
laugh
it.
about it,
Yep.
Just diffuse it a little bit.
Anyway,
You're right.
thanks for listening.
Oh, you're
Absolutely.
Thanks for being up there.
It's wonderful to hear from you, and thank you so much for calling in.
You'll have a great morning when you get to it.
All right, my lady. We'll
Thank
see you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's neat.
that's cool. She drives a soul, and it says one paranormal heart. That's kind of cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I feel terrible. I'm sorry, Glenn. Oh, that's my. I'm very, very sorry that I somehow missed that. I don't know how I did, and I certainly would love to make it up if you're available even tomorrow sometime. Just let me know. I'll make it work. I just I don't like dropping the ball. Unfortunately, there's only one of me and one of Don, and we're trying to do all these different endeavors, and usually it works out okay. But it's when things like this happen, it just really bothers me profoundly, and I certainly hope that that wasn't offensive to you. If it was, I can only apologize. That's all I can do, and I'd love to hear your story. So please let me know if that'll work out or when it'll work out, and I'll make sure that it happens. I'll put a big Post-it note over my monitor and
Slap it on his
yeah.
forehead.
We got another call here,
Another
and this
call.
one's coming from Washington.
Uh-oh.
Let's hear who it is. It's area code 360. You're on the air.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Wes.
Ah.
Hey, Mr. West. How you
Haven't
doing,
heard
brother?
from you in a while, bro.
Yeah, we missed you.
Hey, I just wanted to call in. I don't know if you guys are wrapping up the show. I just wanted to call in and wish you and Dawn both Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and nothing but the best coming up for the new year. You guys have done great this last year. I know we break each other's balls, but
That's all
nothing
good.
but love. Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat room. I wish everyone happy holidays,
That's awesome.
and just want to call in and wish everyone well.
Oh, thank you,
you're
brother.
Awesome, bro.
It's great to hear from you, man. I hope everything's good in your world, and Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. Please give our love to your family and all, and thank you for all that you've done for us this year
Yes.
to help us to do so well, because you've been a big part of that, and it really has meant the world to us. So thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely, my friend.
No, all the credit goes to you guys. You guys are the best, and I just wanted to call in real quick while I was thinking about it and just wish you guys Merry Christmas and
Awesome.
Happy Holidays and nothing but the best. So,
All right, brother.
Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat room.
Okay, well, take care of yourself, and thanks again, brother.
Hey, thanks, bud. Merry Christmas to you too, bud.
Merry Christmas, Don. You guys
right.
take care.
Thanks,
Okay,
bud.
see ya.
Wow, nice.
That's really cool.
Huh.
Good to hear from him.
Cade says, I just got a delivery.
What?
It's sitting on his desk right now.
What do you mean? Oh, really?
Yeah, I sent him a present. I sent them a Christmas present.
Oh, well, definitely Merry Christmas to you guys. That's lovely.
It's lovely.
Oh, Glenn, thank you for emailing me.
Yes.
I will read that as soon as we get off the air, and we'll get this worked out. Again, I'm so sorry. It certainly was not, I mean, I can understand that must have felt terrible, and that's never my intention. I just, I don't know. All I can do is make excuses for myself, but just know that it wasn't intentional. I just dropped that ball, and my apologies. So we'll get it done. What?
D says, careful opening that, Cade.
It's Don. Don, did you send him the glitter bomb?
That's better than the poop bomb I sent to Jake.
No, that's great. But
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I guess that's going to about wrap it
Yeah,
up for
it's
tonight.
spot on.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of our experience on the portal. We certainly, we love doing every show. We love kicking back and having fun with you guys. And I hope it's been a pleasurable journey for all of you as well. And thank you to everyone out there that's helped to perpetuate this paranormal portal thing and make it and help it grow. You guys have been absolutely stunning and amazing, and I'm just honored that you guys keep coming back. So thank you all for that. And Don, anything in closing?
Actually, I want to kind of go back to what Sage was a little bit of Sage was Sage was talking about at the beginning of the show about, it's time to shed those issues that aren't ours.
The anchors
going into 2020, we have to do it with clearer eyes, and the only way you can do that is by shedding all that negativity that you've had building up on you. I know that I went through a time when I just had to shake people loose and say, you know what, cut that golden cord, and my life has been richer because of it, and it certainly changed me, that's for sure. But you got to do it. You got to do it. Sometimes there's people you just got to you throw salt on and watch them wither away. You just got to do it, and you will feel so much better. I know that we've had people, in the chat on the show, they've called in and they've mentioned things like this. There's Dee's called in and talked about cutting that cord and things like that, and and Sage and I have, and you gotta, the only way you're going to be able to move forward with brighter eyes is by shaking off those jaded glasses that we've put on ourselves since we've become so-called adults. So
yeah, absolutely. Good words. Words to live by, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all so much for being here and being a part of the journey tonight. And every night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on YouTube, there is a live portal. Whatever 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time means to you, of course, to adjust for your time zone. But we'll always be here. And Don will be rejoining us again on Saturday night.
Yes.
And we'll get back into another 2 hours of fun.
Paranormal adventure.
In the meantime, you'll have to put up with me alone. And I'll be bringing you the Night Terrors tomorrow night, and then a 2-hour show on Friday. And so I hope you guys will join me then on all of those. And have a great night. Hope you guys are doing great. And let's see. No other announcements, right? Oh, Peter Turk. Check out Peter Turk. Again, I introduced Don to Peter Turk's music tonight.
Oh, I was like, who's Peter Turk? Oh, I remember the music. Okay.
The music.
Yes.
The musician, Peter Turk. What did you think of that music?
It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Exactly.
It's like one of those things. I got to tell you, it would be more ambient music for me, just kind of, listening to, because obviously I listen to some real
hard
heavy,
stuff,
dark stuff sometimes.
But you got to admit, it's incredibly melodic.
It was actually great. It was well
done.
Yes, we'll just say well done.
It is. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have Spotify, go check out Peter Turk. He's a gentleman from Australia, reached out to me and, introduced me to his work, and I'm absolutely floored. I'm pretty sure he's going to blow up. Like, it's going to be a name that's going to be pretty widely known. It's just that good, and I don't say that often at all. So, not that I'm any kind of pristine music critic or anything like that, but I just really love his stuff. It's done with heart. It's a lot of soul. So check it out, Spotify, or you can look for him online on Facebook and get in touch with him. Great guy, and I want to encourage people to check it out because I really believe in what he's doing. So I guess that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. And I'll be back tomorrow night with some Night Terrors, so I'll see you then.